broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
That music means this is the AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the AFTERBUZZ TV Modern Family After Show. This is Season 6, Episode 8, titled 3 Turkeys. We found out pretty quick what the 3 turkeys were about. I'm joined, as always, Jessie Owen.
Hi.
Yep.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys. I'm Carli Garsow. And I'm Britta Garsow.
And we're a full-strength panel. No Modern Family next week, because obviously Thanksgiving's next week, and then this is the Thanksgiving episode. Yep. They'll probably air it again, and then you can watch our show again.
Yeah.
I like this show. I like this episode. Nice bottled-up episode. Very clear. Everyone's going to wind up in the same place.
I enjoyed it as well. I liked that, I really like Thanksgiving and Halloween episodes of shows, and I always really liked the Halloween Modern Families, but I actually thought that the Thanksgiving episode was better. It was more them, I felt like, them as a whole.
Yeah, and they actually touched on something a lot of people mention about this show, which is, wow, this family meets up all the time.
He said Thanksgiving's for families that don't see each other all the time, and this group is always together, which is so true.
It's funny that they didn't want to be together.
I know, yeah.
There was... Yeah.
Sorry, one thing I was surprised that the neighbors weren't involved.
That's true.
They still haven't, gotten really involved yet, except for those 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, they're here, every few episodes. But I guess maybe they're slowly introducing them into their lives, I guess.
I guess it would be weird if they were there every week.
Yeah.
But over time, they're going to grow to be people we see all the time.
Yeah, it's just there's already so many characters as it is.
It's a half-hour show, so...
Yeah.
So
I agree.
we start the episode. Phil and Luke are cooking because they want to give Claire a break. And Phil is listening to Nigella Lawson, but not only in the kitchen, but he's listening to her all the time.
He's addicted.
He's addicted to those sultry sounds.
Yeah.
I'm actually one of those folks who likes, half the time I like the audiobook more than the regular book for that same reason, that I just want to hear.
Yeah.
And reading. Who reads?
I don't know.
I like reading.
I know. I'd rather read
me
than
too.
someone read to me, because if someone's reading to me, then I'm just going to fall asleep.
Oh, wow.
And I actually pictured Phil as kind of a reader, too, with a old-style cookbook.
I
Yeah.
Reading, I was kind of surprised, but she had gotten him through the cooking because the turkey looked beautiful, so...
Yeah.
It did. It looked so good, and all that work that went into it. And it was a nice gesture to give Claire a break. She is always busy, and she's such a good mom.
Sadly, on the flip side, Claire has zero faith in Phil at all, and Alex finds her in the garage with a backup turkey.
It was such a Claire move.
That
I
is a
felt
Claire
like.
move.
I mean, it's also because she really needs the control. Claire is a control freak.
She really is.
And I would be the same way if I had hosted Thanksgiving every year. I'd want it done a certain way.
Definitely.
So, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking that someone can't do a turkey that has never done a turkey.
Yeah, and it's even on Halloween when it was always Claire's planning and her vision, and then she let Phil do it, but eventually they did Claire's idea too. So she never really fully lets anyone else have control. But that's just how she is.
And for good reason. When she has control, it turns out pretty awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
She does a great job.
And that's what makes her and Phil match well together, because
They
Phil
do.
seems to have details together, whereas Claire has the whole picture.
Yeah, definitely. That's true.
But it seems like Phil has some pretty cool ideas with his little inventions.
He does.
Oh,
He's
yes.
so creative.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That head scratcher seemed fun. Just from Alex's reaction, I was like, I could go for that.
It's a great
right
idea.
now.
I know. I thought it was funny how they were so excited to let loose, and then they just got so into bringing the turkey inside, and that was their
But it was cute. I liked seeing Alex and Claire kind of bond more because we don't really see that.
But you know what was sad is that right in the beginning of them bonding, ending, like, you know, the light thing got hit and then it was ruined. So it was like, and then you didn't see them really bond
That's
anymore.
true.
So
It
it's
was
like, oh,
grief.
that's a sign you shouldn't bond.
Well, they don't tend to have a whole lot in common.
They don't.
Like
They're
she
more
seems
like Haley.
Yeah, like because they talk a lot about Alex's character that she seems to not be like her mother or her father.
Exactly, the middle child.
Like I'm actually the youngest of three, and I do that where I take the best of both parents. Whereas like sometimes they say the middle child does that. It just happens to fall that I'm the youngest of three, and that's how it happens. And I relate to Alex a lot on that. That but the problem with that is you'll never fully bond with either.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I guess 3 siblings, like,
Yeah.
Luke is the only guy, so he bonds with Phil over, I guess, just the
Guy
gender.
things, yeah.
And then Haley is a lot like Claire in ways.
Yeah. Way more like Claire than like her father.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she also, I feel like Haley and Phil have a really strong bond.
They
too.
do.
Yeah.
She's the oldest.
They're all
You know, it's really sad is, do you remember it wasn't a few episodes, it was like last season or the season before, Alex is really close with the grandmother.
Oh yes.
But didn't the grandmother pass?
Yes,
Like,
the grandmother passed. We had a whole. It was,
another bad streak for Alex.
I know.
I know. By the way, we had a little light of hope when they kind of mentioned Alex getting a boyfriend at the end.
It was like
we
foreshadowing a little bit.
Yeah.
this seems like it's bound to happen.
Yeah,
I know.
definitely.
By the end of
gonna
this season, Alex will have a boyfriend.
Yes.
I hope so.
Probably neighbor boy.
Speaking of Alex, is she going away to college? We've already talked about this. It hasn't been said that she's going away because she met that guy that was coming to her. So it was never really said. And how's she going to date the neighbor boy like we predicted if she doesn't stay? So, but the reason why I'm wondering is because Claire made the comment, we're really going to miss Alex. And then Alex made the comment that she was going off to college.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's kind of weird.
Well, I think she hasn't decided yet. Like she
Yeah.
visited that college just to appease them, and then
Yeah,
met that boy.
definitely.
But she intends to go away for college.
Yeah, I mean, she said at the beginning that she intended to, but then the episode where she visited the school close to her parents' home, you could see her doubt and like, maybe I should stay here. So she just hasn't decided yet. But I think in their minds, they're like, Alex is so smart, like she could go anywhere, she's gonna leave, kind of thing.
It'll probably be something we find out closer to the end of the season.
Yeah. By like April or May, right around the time most kids make that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and make my prediction or I'll forget it.
Right.
This is one of my predictions. I think Alex is going to be the one that goes to college, gets a degree, finds the right boy, makes the family, does everything Haley wants to do. And Haley's going to be like the single aunt, the cool aunt, you know.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I see that happening.
We've all had that cool aunt.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta have a cool aunt. Speaking of cool aunts, wow.
I don't think there's an aunt.
I couldn't even read my own handwriting
Well, I
for a
guess that
second
is
there.
their aunt, Gloria.
Yeah, Gloria would be a really cool aunt.
Aunt Gloria. But
And the Pritchetts say they're headed to Colombia.
They said they were going to Mexico, but to visit the Colombians, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like,
that's what they said.
I mean, if you weren't flying, you'd have to go through Mexico to get to Colombia.
what's weird, they didn't take Manny. I mean, he is part of their family.
But
I thought it was so weird too because they took Joe. Like, if
Well, they said
Well,
that Manny.
Joe doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, they said
Yeah.
Manny passed up the trip, but I thought it was strange that when the trip got canceled, that they didn't invite Manny back to have Thanksgiving with them. They just kind of let him hang out. But they did
Because
want
they
a
didn't
break.
want the family.
Yeah.
Have you, either of you, ever had a staycation on a holiday to avoid family?
No, if I say I'm going on vacation, I'm going to go on vacation. I need to go.
Not necessarily to avoid family, but I'm from Philadelphia. My whole family's in Philadelphia. I live out here now. And airfare is very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And last year I was working and I couldn't go. So I stayed here in Los Angeles for Christmas, and then I came back the second week in January. And I had not to diss Christmas and being home for Christmas, but I had a way better time because I was home longer. I got to see everyone at their leisure. Like, there wasn't some big event I had to see everybody. And it was way nicer. And
I know what you mean.
And I'm doing that again this year because the Royal Rumble is in Philadelphia, wrestling pay-per-view, and I'm going partially through AfterBuzz.
Awesome.
And I created a perfect storm to say, hey, I'm going to be home the third week in January, and airfare is expensive.
Oh yeah.
So that's the closest I have to a staycation. And I'm telling everyone, and being very honest, unlike the Pritchetts.
I know, but he had such a good point. Like, we see each other all the time.
It is true, and they do, I would assume, need a break from each other once in a while. And holidays can be hectic for everyone, and especially with their family, because there's so many of them that I can see how Jay, especially, his patience would just end with it and just be like, oh, we'll just skip it this year. But I'm glad they didn't, because...
See, my thing is, like, family, like, is so important, and, like, you never know when you're going to lose someone. Like, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but you never know, time is short. So you, like, I love holidays with family. I think that's the time to be with family, but you could also do like my family does. Like, I would have, like, a small, like, family, like, each one of our little cousins and everything would have Christmas with their families, then we would all get together and have, like, Christmas.
Yeah, that's nice.
A Christmas Day and then Christmas Eve is for every individual
Christmas
family.
Eve is for family, and then Christmas Day is for your family.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. And I think that I also agree, like, holidays should be spent with family, but Jay had such a good point that they're together all the time, so I completely understood why they needed a little break. But it is a holiday, and so I'm glad they were all together.
And Haley brought it up maybe for selfish reasons, but I feel like there was a little bit in there of her that wanted to spend
She
it with her
genuinely
family.
wanted
Her crazy family, because I
so
love
great.
them. Yeah, I wish they were my family. They're so entertaining.
I wish my family was that close. Like, my family's really small, so
Ours is too.
it's not big family traditions
Yeah.
here. So
But in typical sitcom fashion, the Pritchetts want to stay at their house while everyone's over at the Dumpy house.
Yeah.
That does not happen.
I think
Everyone comes over there.
Yeah. I loved when he was like, okay, you take the backpack turkey, we'll take the suitcase turkey, like naming off the names of the turkeys. So funny.
I think, where is Baby Joe at this point? Because they didn't care where
They
Baby
just
Joe
left
was.
him
I mean, he's an infant,
upstairs.
and they just left him up there. Probably a lot of things are kid-proof, but really they were at... Where were they? They were at Jane
Yeah, they
Gloria.
were
So
at
yeah, it
Gloria.
was probably kid-proof.
Well, they probably put him in his bed because when they came in.
No, he was standing by the bed
Oh,
when
but
they
Jay
walked
did go
out.
upstairs.
Yeah, Jay got to go upstairs.
Oh, okay.
He went
got
upstairs
okay.
to pretend to put him to bed, but he probably really did.
After he hit his head.
That's true, yeah. Because Gloria, I don't even think made it upstairs. She was like, I'm going to put the luggage in the laundry.
Yeah, so funny.
Mexico's dirty.
It was all so hilarious that how it played out.
That is funny. Okay, one thing I wrote a note. It says, Pilgrim Story, trade underwear for corn. Is that true?
No,
I
that
don't
was
think
a
so.
joke.
Yeah,
That
It was
was-
a joke for sure.
Because I was like, that's weird. But the reason why I thought I questioned it is because Alex said it.
And she's
I
so
was,
smart.
yeah, I was like, that makes
Does
sense.
Does Alex know something I don't know?
Yeah.
If Alex says it, she normally knows what happened. No, that doesn't sound like something I know.
Okay,
about
good.
these things.
Just-
But if
just
you guys
making
know
sure.
for sure, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Speaking of the comments below, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. We produce this here at AfterBuzz completely for free. I believe it's 80 hours of content, roughly 80 hours of content every week, completely for free. All we ask is that you like us if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're listening to us on your phone via podcast, rate us. 5 stars is what we prefer. Write a comment. That's all we really like. It helps us get more visibility through the search terms. And then it helps us get guests. Helps the show that you watch be the most popular after show about the show that you watch.
Any communication is good.
Yeah, all of it. Please. That's
All right.
Should we
That
talk
was-
about Haley and
Let's
Manny?
hear-
yes, the Haley and Manny was
Okay.
a very fun, brief aside.
It was, because we never really see them interact anymore. It felt like more
Yeah.
so when they were younger in the beginning seasons. But now I think that Haley's older and Manny's in high school still, so they don't really hang out. But it was funny to see them kind of go back to their roots when Manny did have a crush on Haley.
And it is funny, first thing, I love how Manny is such a compassionate person
He
that
is.
she stops short and he's from the passenger side grabs her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, that usually happens the other way.
Exactly.
Where the driver is so concerned about their passenger.
Yeah. Manny's the best.
I kind of think Manny might have been doing it on purpose a little bit because
Not
even
the first time, but then
but after I think he might have been like using that. But I think it's funny that all the coincidences, like when she was like, "Why don't you honk?" and he's like, "Oh," it was funny how
Wouldn't that have
the
made it worse?
jokes, like matched up like that. That was really funny.
And I think everyone has done laundry and had socks and underwear like stick around in your pants or something.
Yeah, but not that much. I mean,
Not that
when you
many.
put on your
Yeah.
shirt, like I don't know, it's like maybe
It's hard to not notice something like that.
I just felt bad for him because he wasn't trying to do
Yeah.
any of
Yeah.
that.
Well,
That-
if he really didn't want to cause a scene, he should have been like, "Look, oh my God," just
That's
made
true.
it like.
Well,
that's
he
just-
handled it incorrectly.
Yeah.
It was, it was just the worst possible timing for him on that second beat, where it was just like, oh, no, yeah, great. She's about to let all of this go away, and she's going to notice I'm handling her panties.
I know.
That'll make this totally not weird.
Were you guys proud of Haley for apologizing? I feel like we rarely see her apologize for anything, and she was like, "You know what? I'm sorry, I overreacted."
But I think it was very rude of her to call Manny a perv, and
Yeah.
so she probably knew, like, he's so nice, and he's always been so, like, honest and respectful
Yeah.
to me, so that was a really disrespectful comment.
Yeah, that
so
was-
I think it was good that she apologized.
Honestly, I think she might have only did that because he said that he wasn't interested anymore, and that was
That's
her way
true.
to like
Well, the second apology.
be like,
Yeah.
The first apology was straight on
Legit.
about the perv comment, and then what fueled the second apology from her was, wait, you don't have a crush on me?
Her ego was a little...
What?
well, I don't think she's coming back anytime soon because he did kiss her, and that's very weird.
Yeah,
so
that's
I think they're just gonna act like that one didn't happen.
Yeah. No.
But it's weird that he like even like wants to. I mean, I get that they're not blood related, but they are family for life. It's
Yeah.
like don't do that. It's like your grandfather is my mother's husband, father to our baby. It's like
Yeah.
like they're family for life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely family. I think he was misinterpreting, because you know how you do like the peck on the cheek while also hugging? I think he
Yeah.
thought that was happening, and then for the hug she went straight on, and then it was like, oh no.
No, he totally winked and he meant to do it.
Okay.
You saw that little wink.
Yeah, it was like a little smirk.
Yeah,
I didn't catch. I took that as a completely honest, innocent mistake.
Oh.
I
Because
maybe.
Manny is so honest and
is.
innocent, but maybe not.
No.
He's growing
No,
up.
I think he's getting more, like the older he gets, the more sassy he gets
Yeah,
and more
definitely.
like confident.
Confident for
and-
sure. I agree.
Yeah.
He might start making some field goals.
Go back and look
Yeah.
at that face. He meant to do it.
Okay. All right. And the last topic we have on the board, Cam and Mitch and Lily.
And Lily.
And
Lily back to her
I
brattiness.
know. See, this is why we don't always aren't a fan of
Lily.
Lily.
That's
And this is why you don't want kids.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Lily is in the show. Lily's 8 years old.
That sounds right.
Don't quote me on the age, but she's around that age where everything she says is going to be no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no little girl, like, it's all how you raise a child. Like, if you allow a child to, talk to you like that, of course they're going to talk to you like
Which
that.
is so ridiculous.
I'm really
what she was
glad they brought
doing.
it up on the show, and Mitch was like, "You can't let her get her way all the time."
My favorite point that he made was, I had two parents growing up, and only one of them was stern with me and wasn't my pal, and that's the only one that's still in my life, like, which is just
Yeah.
so true. Like,
For him.
Jay was really a tough parent, but also very caring,
Yeah.
and like providing and whatnot. But I think that was such a good point of him to make. So it's not like he didn't mind being a little more stern than Cam was, but I think he just wanted it to be like a 50-50 deal. And so I'm really glad that Cam helped him out.
Yeah, but Cam eventually came down a little, and just the timing was wonderful too.
Yeah,
It was like, you're gonna take this backpack
When
to
she
the car.
fell, I
fell,
laughed
that was
so
awesome.
hard.
It was just how hard she
I'm
felt.
not
Also-
carrying it for you anymore.
Also, Cam and Mitch in dresses.
That was great.
That's. I'm surprised.
Poncho.
She looked so angry whenever she was like, "I don't like you in dresses," and I'm like, "Whoa, girl, what happened?" And then she's like, "Well, if Grandpa's okay," and I'm like, it's because like she witnessed like Jay like get upset about I don't know, like
Or
that
maybe
was
she just
weird.
really likes Jay. I don't know.
What's weird how upset she got.
Yeah,
like,
and
I
it
don't
was
know.
so rude. I just didn't like her in this episode. She was so disrespectful to them.
Yeah, and I was super proud of Cam.
Yeah.
I mean, kids get away with a lot though. I've no, like.
Yeah, but they shouldn't.
Well, no, but if a kid has a memory, they're an adult who really feels like they disrespected other adults. Because anytime I think back to something I said when I was 12, I feel like I was a terrible, terrible person for even thinking like that.
Yeah, and I mean, none of us are parents, so we don't really know. So if you are parents and you're listening, comment and let us know how you would have
Handle that situation.
handled the situation with Lily.
Although the situation seems a little out of control, that it's Thanksgiving dinner and she's like in the car honking.
Well, and that she wanted to wear like a dinosaur shirt when they were all dressed up. Obviously bought her a dress for Thanksgiving. Like, I mean, I get some little girls don't want to wear dresses, but they, like, that's when you, like, step up and be a parent and be like, this is a holiday, we're going to spend it with our family, and you're going to put the dress on that I bought you. Like, I don't know, there's just other ways to handle it, and I don't think that they handled the situation very well. There's also beating a child. No, I'm just kidding. I'm for real, just kidding.
I mean, that is a thing people used to do.
No, I don't know. I just think there's other ways to handle it. Like, I believe in talking to a child like they're not an adult, but like a young adult. Like, you know, I don't believe in like babying a child. Oh, you poor thing, you're going to cry because you didn't get your way. Like,
Yeah, which I felt like what Mitchell was trying to do.
I'm
talk to
very
her
against
like an adult.
yelling, so I was glad. Well, he kind of yelled at
I didn't
him.
even
but
I didn't even think Mitch was like really yelling. He was just like, Lily, you
Yeah.
need to, like, he was just stern with her.
Yeah, which is good.
Whereas Cam got down, he's like, Lily, you need to do this. Like, it was just his tone of voice changed. So maybe Mitch could just like change his tone of voice, but I still think you need to be stern.
I think so too.
Yeah, I agree.
Although, speaking as, like, I still remember the mindset of a kid, the first thing you learn is no. The second thing you learn is why. And that usually takes a long time to explain to a child, because you're explaining the whole world. It's like, well, no, I don't want to do that. Why do I have to do that? And then that takes hours. That takes hours to explain, well, because it's life and you have to do these things, but why? I was like, well, because it's expected of you. Why? And then, like, it gets to an existential crisis of like, well, because things have meaning, and well, actually things are meaningless and we imply the meaning, and all that. I'm trying to,
But just that situation, I felt
Yeah.
like the why was pretty obvious. Like,
Yeah,
it was
well, that's
Thanksgiving,
a-
and so she should have been wearing the dress that they'd purchased for her to wear. And she knew that she had to wear it, so it was kind of her just being Lily.
aw,
Yeah.
Should we talk about predictions?
yes.
Wait, first I want to
Oh.
bring up one thing that I noticed. Luke just turned in real life. What's his name in real life?
Nolan.
Nolan. Anyways, Nolan in real life turned 16 years old, and I thought it was awesome that they brought it up in the show, and
That it was
they
his
actually
birthday,
like
16th birthday.
yeah, it was like they kind of celebrated the episode because I'm sure that's when they filmed it.
Yeah, I think that was
yeah,
really
because
cute.
it was about 3 weeks ago, and I think they're on a 3-week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cute.
So yeah, that's awesome.
Now, now we
Okay,
can
now
take it.
predictions.
Okay.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Let's start to my right. Jessie?
Oh, me?
Oh,
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I already gave so many of my predictions away.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stick to it and just say, well, okay, no, I predict that the neighbors are going to be in the next episode.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's a good one. Carly.
I predict that we're gonna see Haley at her new job in the next episode with the fashion.
Oh, that'd be nice. I predict that I really want to see Alex hang out with the neighbor boy, because I do think that
Yeah.
they'll be back soon. So I would like to see that, because I really liked that they actually mentioned that hopefully she has a boyfriend soon. So that would be great to see.
I predict they'll play this episode next week.
Okay, that's a
That's-
good one too.
TV Guide could have given you that prediction. Echo a lot of what you guys said. I think the neighbors will come back.
Okay, great.
Oh, another one. I hope, what's the guy's name? Workaholics dude on the
Adam.
show.
And,
the
On the
Andy.
show, Andy.
Yeah,
Andy.
Andy.
His name's Adam.
Andy. I hope that we get to see Phil and Andy.
Yeah,
Yes.
At the
that's a
real
good
estate.
one. That's a good one. I hope so too.
I think all these things will happen, but I think we'll see the neighbors first.
Yeah.
And let's hope that maybe they'll actually skip Christmas and they won't have a Christmas
I know.
episode.
I don't want that
I hope not.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so
well, that's it, guys.
that covers everything. Starting from my left,
though. Okay.
Britta, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Britta_Garsow.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Carli_Garsow.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Miss Jessie Owen.
You guys can find me at Steve Kaufmann, that's Kaufmann. I'm also on the Gotham After Show on Mondays, and I'm sure you can find them on AFTERBUZZ TV as well. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.